This is three short stories that I have on this video. The first one is called Trigonometry. Let me try it again. Trigonometry Terror. Pay attention or else. And when I went to Odessa College, one of the classes I took was trigonometry. You know, get a little bit harder math. You're dealing with that one than your normal algebra, right? Anyway, this particular class had a elderly woman teaching the class. And you learn real quick in that class that you better pay attention or else. And so, for example, one of the guys fell asleep in the class, and she would throw chalk at the guy to wake him back up. Now, you don't really hear about that in schools nowadays, do you? But that's what she would do. And she would also, we had these in the trigonometry book. You'd have these questions and problems, and she'd go down each row, starting at the front and work your way back. Each person would have to work one problem. So you would, as you get closer to you'd have to figure out which problem is going to be yours, and you're trying to figure it out and work it out before it ever gets to you. If you didn't know the answer to the problem, then she would make you get up in front of class and work that problem on the blackboard. So you did not want to do that. So you really struggled to figure out what the answer is before it ever got to you. So you could not goof off in her class or else. My second story is titled The Calming Breeze. And I'm going to first reference out of a journal I wrote in 2011. And back in the 60s and 70s, I really didn't journal at all. And maybe in the 80s, just a wee bit, but it probably wasn't until somewhere in the 2000s, I'd sometimes try to start a journal. But anyway, I looked up this one journal, and on April 22nd, 2011, I wrote, "This is a memory from my past in the early 1970s. I wrote the following. I just wanted to jot down this morning, 4:30 a.m., I'm going to work. There was a good breeze in the air blowing through the trees. This has a very common nature to me. It reminds me of one certain night where there were thunderstorms in the area and there was a strong breeze. Now, I didn't really know why this one night sticks in my mind so much, but this really calms me, soothes me, and I feel at peace. I remember things at that night, but I just don't really understand why this had that effect on me." And I wrote on this same journal page, I wrote the following Bible verse that I really like. It was Proverbs 4:18. "The path of righteousness is like the first gleam of dawn, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Now, I thought it was interesting. I got up at 4:30 in the morning to go to work. I'm like, man, that's early. So I'm like, I don't really remember getting up that early in the morning, but I must have. I just don't remember very well. And that one particular night, I do remember that night. I was with a group of friends. We were over at somebody else's house, and it was dark, and just some memories there that I remember, that open window and listening to the breeze going through the trees and the thunder in the background. Just for some reason that's just stuck in my head from the rest of my life. And when I feel that good breeze, it just brings that memory back. Just a really good memory. My third story is called The Art of Covering Up a Carpet Mishap. I recall, now back in the 60s and 70s, I was an artist, so I liked to do oil painting. So I'm always messing around with painting a painting or something. Well, somehow or another, I was in the living room, and our living room had green carpet. I think it was kind of a multiple layer, different speckles of green or something. I don't really remember that well, but anyway, I got paint in that, oil paint in that carpet. And I thought, boy, I'm going to be in trouble for messing up our carpet. So as a kid or a teenager, I'm sure I was a teenager by then, I come up with a plan. You know, I tried to rub and get that stuff out as much as I could, but still had a stain. So I come up with a plan to mix oil paint with color green that matches the carpet. And I think I finally succeeded to where I got the right color of green to where it blended in with the carpet. I guess I was successful because I really don't remember getting in trouble over this. So, but I thought, I guess my plan worked, huh? Well, that's the end of the story.